Hi, this is Cecil Pruitt. I'm the Senior Application Engineer with Spatial Integrated Systems. We are your Siemens Engineering Software Value-Added Reseller for the East Coast. Today I'd like to give you a video here pertaining specifically to exploded views. Some of our customers wish to create exploded views but have troubles. Now, first thing I will tell you is make sure that you take training. But in this case, let's go ahead and let's show you how to create an exploded view. This is a very, very simple assembly. It has no subassemblies, thus forth we won't need to explode subassemblies. Some people, whenever they go to create their exploded view, get all the way to the drawing stage and then they think, oh, well, how can I make my assembly exploded? This is how we do this. First of all, we need to do the explosion within the assembly file and not during the draft file. So, how do we do this? Under Tools and under ERA, standing for Explode, Render, and Animate, we will find all of our explosion tools. Most of the time, an auto explode will work well, but if your assembly is complex, or if your parts are not put together in an efficient ordering method, then you may choose to use a manual explode. In this case, our simple assembly will work well with auto explode. As I click on auto explode, it's going to give me some options. Top level assembly should work fine for us. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Now, I also pause for a moment and take a look at the distance. 10 millimeters, once more, will work fine for me. But if you see that you don't like the distance, you can always change it by changing the automatic spread distance. Let's look at our options. If our assembly had subassemblies, we might choose to bind them. Thus forth, the overall assembly will explode by subassemblies. In this case, we're fine with the settings that we have. I'm going to go ahead and press OK. So now I'm ready to explode my assembly. As I click on Explode, I see that my explosion looks great. I'm satisfied with it. Now, one mistake that many people make is hitting Close ERA. We need to save this as a configuration. The configuration tool, after I choose Finish, the configuration tool records, not only hides and shows in our overall assembly, but it also records exploded views. So I need to choose a new configuration. I'll call it Explode 1. As I press OK, I can now choose to close this. Before I close though, look down here. You see this configuration file? Never delete it. If you use Windows to manage your files, many people often move their files and forget to move their configuration file, or worse yet, they'll delete it. If you move or delete the configuration file, you will lose the intelligence that you added to your exploded view. I'm going to go ahead and close this. The moral of that story is to always use Revision Manager. Now I'll choose Close ERA. What I'm going to do now is save it. And from save, I'm going to go straight to a drawing. An ANSI draft works well for me, and I do like to choose to run the Drawing View Creation Wizard. So now we're in a drawing. Our first view is not what we want. I'd much rather have a front view. I'm going to choose the Drawing View Layout, and I'm going to choose a front view as what I want to show as my first view. I'll also choose a top and a right-hand side. I don't need the ISO view for this because I am going to put in an exploded view on the same page. I'm going to go ahead and click OK and place my views. They look great. Now I need to add in another view. Well, I'm going to reach back up to my Drawing View Wizard and look under Configurations. There's my Explode 1. I'm going to click OK, and I will place the exploded view. From here, we can add in balloons, we can create parts lists, just as simple as clicking on parts list, clicking on the exploded view, choosing our properties. Maybe I want something like columns, item number, file name, no extension, author, quantity. All that stuff looks great. I might even choose to add in things like mass or material, or maybe I'll put in project or even status. In this case, I'm okay with the columns that I have. One thing that I would like to do, however, is I would like to go over to list control and take a look, and maybe in this case, since I have no subassemblies, I might choose maybe exploded list, all parts and subassemblies. And sometimes I even choose to do show top assembly in the list. Lastly, what I like to do is under balloon, I like to turn off use item count in the lower half of the balloon. I only want to have the item number in my balloon. Everything else looks great. I'll click OK, and I'll place. My drawing view now has a wonderful exploded view that is itemized by balloons, as well as a nice parts list. That's how you create an exploded view in your drawing. Thanks a lot, and please visit us at www.sisinc.org.